Look at this. It's like an old car vlog. It is now officially December 24th. It's the day before Christmas. I've been literally trying to record this simple 10 minutes of video, a simple update on like this year. Literally, like I recorded this once after a run. So it's been a hot minute, been a year as we all know, 2020. Wanted to take today, give an update on what's been going on the last 6 months. Once in Tennessee. Okay, I'm here in Franklin, Tennessee. If you don't follow me on social media or you haven't been online this year, frankly, I haven't either. It's 2020, pandemic, COVID. I think once another time. In my notes, it says, drive to San Diego topics for intro. Move out of California for marching space. Do you want to describe why we moved to the vlog?
How much time do we have?
I'm doing it today and getting this over with so that I can post this video and not give up on everything for this year. So while we do this, I'm trying to find a specific last minute present for the boys. So I'm gonna be driving around town and want to stop at one of my old favorite places when I first moved here as I kind of reflect on some things. Yeah, let's go. I have this all rigged up, kind of. It might be a little bumpy, so apologies ahead of time if it is. I'm actually driving one of the 215 towards San Bernardino if you're in Southern California. This was like the commute, the road that I used to drive every day for about an hour and a half, back and forth for schools where I interned at my first graphic design job. Went to school every day. So it's kind of nostalgic as I'm driving out here. It goes without saying that this year's been difficult for everyone. It's been no different for my family and for me. We're going through a huge transition right now, and the last video I posted on this channel was about resilience. I gave a small little lightning talk called Designing Resilience, and some of that talk, I'll link it wherever. The three main points of that talk were kind of reflecting different kind of milestones or things happening in my life, and so I wanted to give a longer form context and an update for the vlog of what's been going on in our life, not only professionally like at Google and design and whatnot, but more personally. And one of the reasons we wanted to buy this gift for our kids, kind of excessive, and we don't really love video games, but our kids have been asking for it forever, and our son wrote this like sweetest little note to Santa saying that he wished that our family had just the sweetest Christmas because we're going through a move and we're not in our home, but that he also really wants a Nintendo Switch. And so I'm driving out to find him his Nintendo Switch, but me and my wife wanted to do that because our kids have been resilient and they've been amazing. Because we are moving, we sold our house. It's been kind of chaotic. We've been living between Airbnbs, trying to be safe and not traveling too much during the pandemic. Out of some sort of necessity, been taking some trips to handle the real estate transactions and some of the construction thing, but we're like in the final stretch of all of it. Yeah, we're totally excited about that, and obviously gonna be sharing a lot of that in the next year. I'll bring you along and bring you through some of the process, hopefully, and finish this video.
I like to kiss you, but I'm quarantined. I got to keep my lips off the scene. If there ain't no cure for me, I probably ought to lay down and die. I long to hug you and to hold you tight, but I gotta wait 14 nights. Influenza's got a hold of me. I like to kiss you, but I'm quarantined. The doctor told me this morning.
It's the front yard. That's the house. Got the basement entry. Got the backwoods and the creek. And then this goes back for a ways. House came with the garage, the backyard. Got a barn too.
To hug you and to hold you tight, but I gotta wait 14 nights. Influenza's got a hold of me. I like to kiss you, but I'm quarantined.
Okay, good news. We've got the gift. Mission accomplished. I pulled up here. Behind me is Canyon Lake. It's where I grew up in high school, down the street from the first In-N-Out that I worked at. I worked at this, literally the church down here I was a janitor at for a couple years. My wife and I met here, dated here. I was just driving through the same corridor, this crazy part of the 215 here in Southern California, that I drove every day for school, every day for work, and just feeling super nostalgic as I'm thinking about like all the reasons why we're moving and preparing. A lot of people ask us like, why are you moving? Why did you sell your house and all these things? Is it because of politics? I've been trying to frame a lot of this video around resilience. I think I had a breaking point in some research this last year when we were researching productivity, and we were asking them when they close all their tabs, like when are they done? And they said, nothing is ever done, it's just due. And that kind of, it was like a very sad but true moment. It like really rung true that like so often everything is always just due and nothing is ever done, and everything is somewhat fleeting or ever ongoing. And that can existentially be very depressing. I'm not trying to say that here. For me, in the context of tech and our pace of life in California, it was a point of, am I really just going to keep doing this forever? And that seemed a little scary for me, I think. And this is all even pre-COVID. So me and my wife have been talking about moving outside of California. And just to zoom forward, we bought a house in Tennessee. We have some acreage outside of Franklin. We sold our house. We bought this new house and have been moving there over this last 6 months. But really the people say, why Tennessee? A lot of it was me and my wife saying like we wanted more space and like have the time to be there. Often I found that like we loved Costa Mesa, but awesome people and places that I loved in Costa Mesa I couldn't visit because I was on a plane to San Francisco, or I was home because my wife was traveling to Palm Springs for a wedding. And so we found that like the pace and finances and rhythm that we had to keep to live there prevented us from actually enjoying it. Also, like with 3 boys and living in the density of California, I think me and I think my wife yearned for a wildness or an openness in our boys' life. So the idea of moving to a space that's a little more wild, a little different from what we've known in California, was a really exciting opportunity for us. So giving that context on the pace of life and kind of where we were at as a family, once COVID hit, once things became a lot more remote, I started talking with my manager about resilience and what it looked like for my family. That opportunity became more realistic reality for me to work for Google in Tennessee, and so we finally pulled that trigger and did that move. And so that's been a really big change for us, really a move into resilience for me to continue to be a healthy designer. I think I would say I was burnt out, and for a lot of good reasons. There's a lot of good work and a lot of things that were going on, but the pace of which I was traveling, the pace of how much I was designing, and what the responsibilities we had as a family, it was becoming to be a little too much. One of the other big aspects of resilience for me outside of work has been being healthy. And so a lot of the reasons I haven't been making videos is because I've actually just been running and or sleeping. A lot of my last year has been kind of undoing what I've been doing and trying to better understand how to be a healthier me. I was really running everything too fast, and we all know what that looks like. It's not a unique story. So running's just been a huge part of my 2020 story. I've ran almost 1,000 miles this year. Oh, also, this is the last sad thing. Our dog died. Of course he did in 2020. Diesel was a great dog. We had him for 12 years, 13 years almost. And he got some weird cancer, and it was time for him to go. We did a last little day with him at the beach and spent some time before we had to put him down. But this all happened. We sold our house, signed on the house, and Diesel died all within like 3 weeks of each other. And it's been a really hard year, but we're excited. That's why we bought the Switch for our kids, as a little glimmer of sunshine in their eyes. And I hope you all can find that too for yourselves. Something to smile about at the end of the year. And I'm just going to end that there. We'll see you all in Tennessee next year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and be nice to each other.
Times when we used to sit in the park, holding hands together. I never should have gone away and left you like I did. I thought you'd take me back, but I